RPG game. Okay. RPG stands for role playing games, when you're a hero fighting monsters. Of course, there won't be a game. We only want to make the design. So we won't be making any heroes or monsters or even a real game. It's just about a design. Okay. And just like some console stuff. So you are a hero and you will be fighting monsters. Okay. So the game starts by asking about your name. Okay. Then it will show you the following options, like the main menu, you know, in any game. So what is the main menu? It's three options: show statistics, show inventory, and fight. Okay. Statistics like how many games you played so far, how many games you won so far, statistics about the game. So you should be saving them. Show our inventory, like what are the weapons and armors that you have in the game. Fight is the actual game where it will start it will start the game and it will tell you, yeah, it's your turn. Press enter to like attack. Then okay, it's the monster's turn. Press enter for the monster attack. So actually you will be just pressing enter to take turns. Okay? Like this is our game. It's extremely boring game, but okay, that's what we can do so far. Okay, so what we want to do is first create the classes. So we have the class hero. Okay, the hero has, which is the player, of course. The hero has a name, strength, defense. Strength is your attack power. Defense is your defending power. So, for example, if your defense is 50 and a monster with attack power 70 attacked you, so what is the damage you are taking? It's just 70 minus 50. Okay, so defense will like if your defense is high, okay, then when the monster attacks you, when it's the turn of the monster, you will get less damage because your defense. So it's like minus your defense. Original health hit points. So you start with like 100, and the more you fight, then for example, you start with 100 health, then you get hit, now it's 80, you get hit, now it's 70. Current health is your current health, which keeps decreasing. Of course, original health always stays at the same. Equipped weapon, so like what is the weapon you are using? So when I say attack, you will be using a weapon. So there will be a list of weapons that you will be choosing. Okay, you will be choosing from. Equipped armor. Armor also increases your defense. So, like your attack eventually is the sum of your strength. Like I have strength personal plus the strength of the weapon. So that's my attack power. My my defense power is my personal defense plus the armor. Like you can increase your defense by wearing an armor. Okay, armor's bag and weapons bag. So like you have a bag, okay, to put many weapons, but of course when you attack you should be attacking with one, which is the equipped one. Okay, so you have a list of weapons, but you will need to choose one when you attack. Now those are the functions that are in the hero class. Show stats, show inventory. Inventory, like what is the bag? Like what weapons do you have, or what are the available weapons and armor? Equip weapon, like choose one of the weapons to be your current weapon. Choose one armor to be your current armor. Monster, this is another class, okay? It has name, it has strength, it has defense. Monsters don't use weapons and armors. They have just strength and defense. Original health and current health. Now we have also two classes, weapon class and armor class. Both they have a name and a power property. So the power of your weapon will be added to your attack. The power of your armor will be added to your defense. Okay. Fight class. Fight class is like the game class, the class that organizes the fight. Okay. This class is responsible for organizing the fight. So there should be a function for, like, your turn is a function. So your turn is like, okay, attack and calculate how much damage you made, and and there will be a function for the monster turn. Of course, each time you press enter, like, once it's your turn, then it's your monster, and the one who dies first loses. Win and lose function. So when you win, for example, you will see a message that you won. You will increase the counter of your winning games. You need to do whatever it takes, whatever it's required when you win a game. Same goes when you lose a game. So when you win a game, maybe you get coins, probably. Okay. So, of course, when you are fighting with a monster, the one to reach the health zero first is the loser. Okay. The game class, it will just show the main menu for us. This is like program. This is program class. Okay. The one with the main function. Okay. I just called it game. It will show the main menu for us, and it will have a proper function call for each option in the menu. Okay, so this one is the program function that will call what those menu options. So I try to be extremely specific here so you don't get lost. Okay, so here, like, and of course, like, imagine I decided, like, when the game starts, it will show me those three options. Like, press one if you want to show to see your statistics. Press two to see your inventory. Press three to fight. Okay. So when I choose to see my statistics, it will show it to me. Then it will show the main menu again. It won't close the program. Okay. So it's a while loop until I press something like exit or zero or whatever. Okay, so the game class, which is the program class, okay, it will show you the menu. Okay, press one for this, press two for this, press three for this. Once you choose, it will show you the menu again, and it will do all the work. You should be able to go back without restarting the application. Inside the main function, class program, uh, okay, so this is not program. Why do I have those? Okay, so, oh, yeah, sorry. That's something I added for the previous group. Okay, so the class program will just create an object from game class and call game.start. Okay, so, sorry. Yeah, that's something I changed the last time. So game class has a function called start. Okay, this start will show you the menu. Okay, so my program eventually will look like this. See this program main. This is my assignment. Of course, forget everything down here. It will look like something like game, okay, called my game, equals new game. Okay, game dot start. That's what I wanted to see, because I remember some students, they jammed everything in the class program and it looked like a mess. Okay, so that's how. And start is the function that will keep asking you, okay, enter one for option one, press two for option two. Okay, so of course, like, you can put everything in class program, but this is just a way to organize everything. Okay, because the very first time we did this, I remember, like, there were code in class program and I really didn't know where is the code, where is the, like, it was a big mess. So That's what I want to see in the in the main function. Okay, the game class has only one function called start. Okay, this start will show you the menu. Okay, and it will keep showing you the menu in a while loop and until you press zero or the exit button or whatever you want. Okay, so that's what you need to see in the main function inside program. Okay, of course, like this is just calling. Okay, like all of this is just calling. Okay, the actual work is here and above. Okay, but I just didn't want to you to like really do lots of spaghetti code here and there. Okay, you can add any suitable properties or helper functions. Okay, of course, try to avoid the ready functions in C sharp. Now, if you are using a function like list.contains, yeah, that's fine. Okay, list.count, okay, those small ones. But don't use something like list.sort. If you need to sort, you need to sort yourself. Okay, or if you need to like find the max number, find the small number, that's something you need to write it as algorithm. Okay, now if you are done and if you are like like everything is working fine and you want something extra, of course those weren't bonuses, but when they were required, it was too much, so we decided to make them bonus questions. Okay, so that's enough for you to be to have everything, but this is just like I know some of you they always need something more. So the user can choose to find the strongest monster. So when you press fight, it will ask you another question like, do you want to find the strongest monster or choose a random monster? Okay, that's an extra option. Setting the hero's original health in the application config file. So do you remember the config file? So you can set the hero's original health in the config file, which is very easy. Okay, so instead of having the original health inside the code, have the original health inside a config file and read it from there. Okay, now that's a tough one. So when you win, you earn coins. So now in the player class, you have something else called coins. And okay, what should I do with these coins? They are just I'm earning coins. I'm winning. Okay, you can use them to buy health during the game. So imagine like when you are fighting, like previously we had something like press enter to fight, like press enter to take your turn. Now, if you are working with coins, there should be another button like press B to buy some health, like 10 health for 10 coins. And of course, you should have coins, like you should be like using the coins and decreasing them. Okay, so you can buy health during the fight using the coins you are earning when you win. Okay, this one needs a bit of work. Those two are really easy. Okay, but you will feel happy that oh, I'm doing bonus stuff. I'm very good. Okay, that's why we have easy stuff in the bonus. Now I see a lot of void faces, like those poker faces. Like I don't I can't interpret the emotions behind those faces. Like Saria looks extremely worried. Millie, I know, fine. Soleil as usual, poker face. Daniel is smiling all the time. Not sure. Are you watching me or watching some show or yeah? So I think Daniel likes games. That's why he's happy. Yeah, he's so excited to have game. Oh yeah, okay. That's why I expected. Okay, unfortunately, it's not Unity 3D. But if you like after that, I'll try to find some of the previous assignments. Like some of them were really like interesting. Like real names of monsters, real weapons. Like some people really spent so much effort on this game because they really like the idea. Okay, so that's that's what we have now.
I have a question.
Sure.
So after one fight, the monster's dead. The player's health gets back to the full,
Yeah,
or it. Okay.
yeah. Usually, when like the fight is done, when you want to play another, like when the fight is done, you will see the main menu again. Okay, and then of course, when you start a new fight, it's like you are starting a new turn. Okay,
Okay.
and your original health, of course. Otherwise, you will be dead very soon. Okay, like maybe you can make it like arcade, yeah, or a tournament, yeah, but that's some work to do. Or maybe you can make it online, like between two players online. Yeah, we need to track the number of fights, like for the statistics, how many games you played so far, how many games you won so far. So you need to store them somewhere. Okay. Now everything in here is easy, but it's like something you need to start building slowly. Okay. So it's a big building, but everything is from small blocks. So you can build it eventually, but you just need to like go slowly on it and try to understand the whole picture. Try to write some notes for yourself. Okay, what should I do here? What should I do here? How should I organize it? And then start building. Okay, so I like those projects where there is too much talk, because this is how real projects usually like they talk a lot inside them. Eventually, lots of stuff are easy, but like handling the whole picture is something that like it's not very hard, but it needs some effort. Okay. Okay, so I'll send it to you, and of course you can start from today. I will see how long it should take, but of course, like you will have the weekend, you have Monday, and we'll see if we can have Tuesday as well. Okay, so don't worry about the time. For now, we are not trying to like learn how to stick a deadline. This is coming at a later point. We are trying to bring a good solution here. Okay, but you need to start right away. Like this game looks like very straightforward, but it's a lot of code. Okay, and yeah, the thing is, one of like some of the students, they like once you press enter, they will make the whole fight. Like your turn, monster's turn, until one of you is dead. Let's not make it this way. Let's make like each turn with a press. So when you press enter or like any button you want, it's your turn. Then another press for monster's turn. Because like if you are working with coins, then you should be able to buy health in the middle of the fight. Okay, so like your health, for example, or maybe you can only tell the player like your health is below 20. They want to buy, so only offer this when. So you can play it like as you want. Okay, but try to make it like turn based instead of showing the whole thing right away with one press. Okay, so back to our boring stuff. Okay, customer and okay, Just please confirm that you can see the assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can see it, okay. S- So see the participants. Okay, if you know any friend who's not here, if you can spot a friend who's not here, please tell them that we just took the assignment. Now that's something you need to expect at the end of each course, but I don't want someone to come and say, I've never heard about it. Okay. Okay, any question about the summit? After the fight? Yeah, after the fight, yeah, you usually go back to the main menu. You show like you won, that was like your final health, and you earned those coins, and okay, let's get back to main menu. Or like press any button to go back to main menu. Okay.
So in the menu, I can choose my weapon and my shield.
Well, you can do it in the menu, or you can do it in the fight. Like, choose your equipped menu. Sorry, choose your equipped weapon from the list of weapons. Like, it will show you like those are the weapons 1, 2, 3, 4. Press the number of the weapon you want to use for this find. Or like when you are showing the inventory in the main menu, you can also show the inventory and like press the number of the weapon you want to equip. So you can equip either in the main menu or in the middle of the fight. That's fine. Okay, but you need to choose one. Like you will have a list of armors, list of weapons. At some point, okay, your choice. At some point, you need to tell the player to choose the weapon you want, or choose the armor you want. Okay, you can make it like by default you are using the first weapon and the first armor, but the user should be able to choose as well. Okay.
So if I win a battle, can I take the weapons and the weapons for the monster or something like that, or
The monsters, I didn't want to make it like complicated and make the monsters use weapons. The monsters, they don't use weapons. You like when you win the battle, you earn coins.
only coins? They can
Yeah.
drop another item or something like that.
Well, if you want, yeah, but that's like Dota 2 now or League of Legends. Okay, we don't want to compete with Valve and Epic Games and whomever made those games. Well, if you want to make it this, yeah, that's very interesting, but it will really become uh, too much for like most of the students. Okay, so if you want to make it, that would be great. Okay, that the monster uses weapons too. And for example, when you win the monster, they will drop the weapon and it will be in your weapon bag. It will be added to your list. Yeah, yeah. Well, at the end, I think Willie just go to Steam and sell it there, and then he will leave the class, and that's it, and become a millionaire. And yeah, well, making games honestly is very addictive. Like I started and then it became a hobby, and sometimes I just go and see what other people are doing, and like creating your own world, your own rules, um, playing even with like an open source game, trying to modify it is a lot of fun actually. And since we are using C sharp and learning C sharp, you can start learning Unity 3D, which is a game engine that helps you so much. So it will take care of the physics, of the collisions, of everything, mostly related to physics, and like the lightning, the shadows. Those were extremely hard to achieve before game engines, but now you can just write code, focus on the actual code of your game, and forget all the complications of uh, like lightning and physics and stuff. Even if you want to make it online, so people want to play it together, there are libraries to make it extremely easy to achieve. So you can start learning Unity 3D if you're really into making games. And of course, there's like a very huge potential. You can create your own game, upload it, earn money from it, or work in a company. And like everyone is wasting their time now. Like people stopped watching cable TV. Everyone is just either watching streamers or playing games. So it's really a very huge industry those days. Okay, let's continue with our example. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, that would be fine. Like no one did this before, so it will be a first actually. Yeah, there's something called console art or pixel art, I guess, or I think it's called console art. Like people draw like really very interesting stuff using just console.writeline. Like they use all those strange characters. Eventually, it will look like a person, or like most open source programs, they like to draw something when you start the open source program. Okay, so that was for our assignment. Okay, so let's get back to our e-commerce system. So the last thing we did yesterday is just to finish the initial design. So we have the customer class, order status, we have the order, okay? We have the category, the product, the order product, okay? Okay, so what we want to do now is to write the purchase function. And in order to write the purchase function, we need the function, um, that um, calculate the cost of an order. So let's start by that. So we have, let's say in the website, okay, public double not get, let's say, okay, because it's a calculation. So this one takes an order, okay, and eventually it will return the whole cost of the order. So how do you know the whole cost of an order?
Price of one single product multiplied with price.
Yeah. So
With quantity, sorry.
so eventually in the order you have lots of products that you ordered, and each one has a quantity. Okay, so I want to calculate the cost of those order for all those products. Okay, and of course, don't forget that a product could cost $30, but you ordered 3 pieces of it, the quantity. So now it's 90. It's not 30 because don't forget about the quantity. Okay. So let's try to write this down. Well, like it can work here and there. Well, in real life, we don't write it neither here or there. There's another layer to do this calculation. But now I'm saying like everything that has to do with administration, let's put it in this class. So like, calculate shippings, orders, cancel order. Okay. So this will be the class that describes something, and like all the operations, especially the administration operations, like not the customer doesn't calculate anything, or the order doesn't calculate itself. Let's imagine that this is our administration class, but actually when we will make a real system, it won't be neither here or there. Okay, we will learn about layers and what is the best place to write those stuff. Okay, so what should we do here? So we need to get all the third class objects for this order. So here where we store, like, okay, imagine I am talking about the order number 4. So I need to go to this class and find all the objects where the order ID is number 4, right? And take all the products and calculate their cost using the quantity. Okay. So first, anyone did anything? Okay, let's do it together then.
Follow in follow. So
You just what?
I just use loop in loop. I don't know if it's right.
Loop over what? Let's see your code.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to see it now. Yeah.
If first I looked the order products.
Yep.
And find if there is equals this order ID, and
yep.
Then for each in the product to find the product cost and minus the quantity.
Yeah, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's exactly what we want. Okay, but we can make it like a little bit shorter if we created a function to get all the order product for a product. Well, let's see how this happens. Okay, thank you very much, Sulay. So first, let's do exactly what Sulay did, and then we will try to enhance it. Okay, so what Sulay is saying is that, okay, I have a list of all order products in my system. Okay, they are in the database, like all the order products. Okay, and first, what is order product? This third table is to break the relation between order and product. Is to say that order number 1, there is the product number 4, and the quantity is 2. Order number 5, ordered from the product number 3, and the quantity is 1. Okay, so in this class is where we say what are the products in an order. So this is the class we want to work with for now. Okay, it's very important to know what is the purpose of this class. Is there any question? Please ask. If you are not totally clear, what is the purpose of this third class? It's to say, okay, in the order number 5, there is the product number 6, and the quantity that they asked for is 2. Again, in the order number 5, okay, the same order, there is the product now, another product number like 7, and the quantity is only 1. Okay, so in this class is where we say this order has this product. Okay, so that's the class we want to work with. Okay, so what Sulay said, okay, I will go through all the list of this third class and look for where I have the same order ID to the one I am trying to calculate the total cost for. So for each var order product in the list of all order products, which is the whole database of order products. Okay, so what should I do? Okay, now I need to, like, I have lots of those, some with order number 2, some with order number 4. So I want the ones with the same number as the one I am calculating, right? Okay, so if the order product in the whole list, okay, dot the order ID equals to the one I am calculating, Then, okay, oh, that's something I want. Okay. Then what should I do? Then I will take what in the product, this one, I will take. Do you have another for each here? Sule, why?
Yeah, another for each.
Why do you have a for each?
Because you have to find the product.
Yeah, well, you have the product ID. Oh, you are making another for each for to find the product.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Um. Okay. What about? So that's like, do you remember when we said working with IDs is harder than working with objects? Like working with objects will make your life easier if you have the product, the product object and the order object here, because then you don't need this extra for each. Okay. Let's see. When can we write this? If we wrote it in. Okay. How about we write another function here? Okay. It returns a product. Okay. So let's call it get product by ID. Okay. So this one, I send an ID. Okay. And it returns the whole object of product. So like what do you have in this class? Do you have the whole product or just the ID? You have the ID of the product. Okay, but you need the whole product because you need to know the price, you need to know. Okay, so what if I wrote another function that I send the product ID and it will return the whole product for me, which is the for each that Sule did. So for each product in sorry, var in all products of the website. Remember, I'm in the website and I have a list of all products. So for each product in the website products, if the product dot ID, okay, the one in the loop equals the one I am searching for, then what should you do? Return product. Return, sorry, this one. So this function is very simple. You send the ID of a product and it will return the whole object for you, but just looking for a match. Okay. Now, if it didn't find it, it will return null, like I didn't find anything. Okay. So is it clear what is the purpose of this function? Now, those functions in the very near future, we will find that they are written for us. We can just use something like get product, send the ID, and it will be returned for you. But so far, we need to write it ourselves. Now, you may ask, okay, why do we write it? Why do we want to write it ourselves? Because tomorrow, maybe you will work with a language that is not as strong as C#, and this is the only way to do stuff. So many languages, they don't, or maybe you are working with a project where they are not using the extra new stuff, and they are still working the old style, which is like actually more common because those of big systems, they are old. They are still not using Entity Framework or ORMs or anything. Okay, so there's a very huge chance that you will end up doing lots of low-end stuff. Okay, anyway, so this function, you only send an ID of a product, it returns the product for you by looking for the ID. Okay, so I can use it here now. So I can do something like the product B equals get product by ID. Okay, what is the ID I'm looking for here? Like, do you remember I found a match here? Like, okay, the order ID is the same order I am trying to calculate the cost for. Okay, so what should I do? I need to take this product ID and see what is the cost of this one. Okay, so first, so order product dot order ID.
Product ID.
Sorry, product ID. Okay, so I will bring this product. Okay, and now, okay, we need a total here. Total double total equals 0. Total plus equal the product that I just found dot cost, multiply it by the quantity, like how many pieces, which is order product dot quantity. And eventually by the end of this for each, you will return the total.
And Mohammed, can we now set in this moment total cost property of our
Yep.
class order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Extremely,
Instead of this total, we can set total cost.
Yeah. So the total cost is, yeah, we can return it anyway and set, like we can set and return. So Millie is saying, okay, do you remember the order? We had something called total cost. Like she said, why don't we just save it here? Okay, so that's like, thanks for the note. So in order to save it, we need to find the order object. Okay, so we need to write another function called public. This one will return an order, get order by ID. Because here, like all what I have is what? All what I have is order ID, right? I don't have the whole order object.
Didn't we pass the order object in initially?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin is awake. Thanks. Do you know what? Let's write it anyway because at some point it will be useful. Okay, but as Kevin said, it's just in front of our eyes. Okay, so order this, the one that you are working with, dot total cost will be equal to what?
Total.
To the total that I just calculated. Okay, let's write this function because at some point, like even if not now, you will need it for sure. Like when you are working with products or you are doing anything else. So here int order ID. So here I will just send the ID of an order and it will return the whole for each order in orders, K orders, which is the whole list of orders in the system. So if this one dot ID equals to the one I am looking for, then okay, yeah, that's the one. Then return this order because I just found it. Otherwise, if you ended searching the whole system and you didn't find it, you need to return null. Okay, but as Kevin said, it's just here. So we don't really need to get it by ID. We just passed it. Unless you passed an order ID, then you really need this function now. So take a deep look and let me know if there's anything
I prefer use the whole object instead of use ID. I mean, in this kind of language.
Yeah. Do you mean in the parameter or in the classes?
Yeah, in all for the class or the product, I prefer use
Yeah,
whole
but if you
object.
are yeah, if you are not using an ORM which deals with objects, like if you are using old style SQL, then like creating object here, like it's the same idea. You will need this function that's called get by ID, get by ID. Like you
Oh,
will need
I
it.
got it. So if I use this kind of techniques
Yeah, ORM, which is
or
object relational
I
mapping.
need to use ID.
Yeah, if you are using this one, then
Yeah.
you don't know, you don't need the IDs. It's called object relational mapping. It will create objects for you. So we will see it very soon, like in after two courses. Okay, but you will notice that it will create the whole object of product and whole object of order for you in the code, so you can
Okay.
use them right away. You don't need this get by ID, get by ID. But if you are not using objects mapping to databases like most of the old style SQL, you still need to do this by yourself. Okay. So
Okay.
we really need to take a look at both sides, because tomorrow, if you went and you are working with PHP and you are not using ORM, and you notice that, oh, you told them it was much easier. Like I used to work with objects and everything was in front of me. Why do you have this get my ID, get my ID stuff? Okay. We have some students who are working with Linux, not even Windows. Okay. So we really need to take a look at both sides. But it's not any harder. Like, but we are just doing some extra work to build the object, like the whole product. Okay. So like I need the whole object of product because I need to access the cost, right? Like in this line, like p dot cost. But all what I have is the order what? The order, sorry, all what I have is the product ID, just a number. So I need to use this ID to bring the whole product object so I can access the cost. Okay, that's the difference. Now, like let's forget about the future stuff. About this, okay, is there any like ambiguity or something that's doesn't make sense?
Not ambiguity. I have a question. So
Yeah,
everything, not everything, the method and the function that we use, it should be in the website, not in other like product or order.
it can be there. Yeah,
It can be.
yeah.
Like in what
For now,
cases?
because well, actually, in the like the future cases, it won't be
Future.
neither here nor there. Like we will create a separate layer for those stuff. But for now, we are just practicing. Okay, so you can write it virtually anywhere. Okay, like in the future, it won't be inside the class like this. Okay, we will
Okay.
create special classes to write the business logic. Okay, there will be like lots of changes. There will be interfaces. Okay, but now like write it anywhere. Okay, like the future product won't look like this. Okay, so if you are able to calculate the order cost again, okay, now I did exactly what Suley did, but I just made a function because I know like, do you see the two for h's that Suley wrote? He will find himself writing them like over and over. So, okay, why not create it as a function? Okay. And like next time, I can just call this function. I don't need another for each and another if. Okay. So I just like saved myself from repeating code. That's the whole idea. Okay. Otherwise, we have the same algorithm. Okay. 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 It's 10:10. Let's take 15 minutes break. Then we'll take extra requirements for the same system. Okay. Yeah. See you very soon. Okay, so okay. So let's take a new requirement now. So after we calculated the order, okay. So you calculated the order. Now we need also to calculate the shipping fee for the order. So the shipping is always $10 unless the total cost before shipping is $50. Then it's free, like no shipping. Okay. Also, uh, okay. Now they are even telling us more stuff. Now customers are either regular or VIP. Now, if you are a VIP customer, you never pay shipping. Doesn't matter what is the cost. VIP, like Amazon Prime. Okay, you don't pay shipping, and you always like when you are VIP, you don't pay shipping, and you always have 20% discount. So we need to adjust our calculate cost to have those. Let me write them above so I can show you both stuff. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Okay, now we need to change this function to reflect those new requirements. So it's just a matter of careful if else, but you need to be careful about the order of your if else's. Okay, and first understand what's the requirement, then okay, it's time to transfer it to code, just like usual.
And add some additional property. Sorry.
Additional what?
Additional property for customer is VIP or regular.
Yeah, but what is this, a
Should we use-
special property or what?
Should we use enum for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now it's good to use an enum. So like you are either regular or VIP. Okay.
I'm down.
Okay, so Roy is done. Anybody else? Okay, yeah, just please let me know when you guys next just say I'm done. Sorry if I didn't hear you. But just so like usually when 1, 2, 3 are done, we can start. Otherwise, I will just keep waiting. Okay, so as you can see, like as programmers, all what we do is to take the requirements, okay, and start like creating our design, then start fulfilling the features or what we are supposed to do. Okay, so we wrote the basic calculate order one, and now it's time to add those extra functionalities. So, okay, Roy, show us your code since you were the first one to say
Me?
that you are done. Yep.
Oh, okay.
If you want, of course.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
You're writing on Slack?
No, 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 no. Like I'm using my laptop to write code and use my PC to join the meeting.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I have to join the meeting using my laptop.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So
Okay.
for the first I just make an enum code customer status. So
Normal or VIP. Okay.
yeah, normal and VIP. And then I just you keep using the same code as what we did before. Like this we got the total right now, but now we have to check if the customer status is VIP or not. So I create a new function called customer and like just
Yep.
get customer by customer ID. So
Nice.
it takes a
Yep.
parameter, takes a like int of the customer ID as the like. So I
So,
just
so
go.
Roy, you noticed that you also need the whole customer object. So you need a similar one because all what you have in the order is what? All what you have in the order is just the customer ID.
Yeah,
But,
customer ID.
but you need to know everything about the customer. That's why he created a get customer by ID. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go back to the function, the main one. Okay.
Yeah, so we have the ID right now, so we can just use the same order because we have an order here, so we can use the order dot customer ID and check the customer status, which I also like put a new
Yep.
property inside my customer
Exactly.
class.
So
So
in the
it's
customer, we have customer status now.
yeah,
Okay. Or customer type or whatever.
yeah. So now we can just check if it's VIP and the total we've calculated right now is bigger or equals than 50. So we give them a discount for 20%. So it's going to be total times 0.8. So it's going to be 20% off. And then if the customer status is a normal customer and his total also bigger or equal than 50, so it returns the same amount as we calculate before. And if they are not, they are normal or the total is smaller than 50, then it's gonna have $10 shipment fee.
Okay. Yeah. So I can see some small issues. First one, what if the customer is VIP but the total is less than 50?
Oh yeah.
So you see the first one you don't need and total in the first if yeah
Oh,
this is the first
I
is
don't.
so if the customer is VIP it doesn't matter how much is the total. If the customer is
Oh
VIP,
yeah.
if the customer is VIP, then always the customer gets a discount. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter the total. Okay. Next one is okay, but there is like can anyone spot an issue here?
Yeah, maybe I can just add
No, not in the if.
not
Like,
in the if.
why do you have those inside the for each? Like now, for each product, you are like like the shipping will be extreme. Like, do you know how many shipping you are adding? Like, you are adding shipping for each product in my order. Like, if I order
Oh
10
yeah.
products, so all of this from the
I
first
think
if.
I should move it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Oh no.
keep the total. Yeah, from this, if all of this should be outside the for each. Otherwise, you are doing this for each product. Like for each product, you are adding 10 shipping,
Yeah.
10 shipping, 10 shipping. Okay,
Yeah.
which is like now the cost will be like incredible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so after you calculate the total, that's when you see, okay, is this guy VIP? Is this guy normal? After you calculate the ship, not while you are calculating the ship.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can just add another statement here called or something like
Well, or what?
or
Like,
if uh the wait, what is the or?
yeah, I don't think we need any extra condition. Like those are the conditions.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the customer is VIP, they get a discount. Okay, for sure.
Uh-huh.
Now, if the customer is normal but it's above total, yeah, you are returning total. Now the thing is, okay, but if you return total, see the line 99, this one won't happen. So you won't set this one here. So everything is correct, Roy, but I would suggest like let's try a better way of organizing our ifs. So we write the minimum amount of ifs. Okay.
Okay.
So your code is correct, but like if if you did the line 92, you will return and you will not set the total cost. Okay, so
Okay.
there is a better way to organize the ifs. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Okay, so first let's create the enum. Okay, so enum, this one is customer type. Okay, so the customer types is either regular or VIP. Okay, so far that's what we have. Okay, now in the customer itself, I need what? I need to say, okay, what is the type of this customer? So next to your name, address, stuff, now you will have a type. Okay, are you VIP or just a normal customer? Okay, so in the customer, we added the enum, what is your type? And those are the types. Okay, now in the code that calculates the order, okay, we need to know the type of the customer after I finish calculating the order. So after this line, or no, before this line actually. Okay, before this line, I need to see your type and are you VIP. So I need the whole customer object, right? All what I have is the customer ID, only a number inside what? Inside the order. Okay, so let's write a function. Okay, let's copy paste one. So they are all the same story actually. So get customer by ID, it returns a customer and it's a customer ID. Okay, it will just look through what? Through the whole list of customers to find this one and return the whole object for you. Okay, just like in customers, sorry. Okay, just look through all my list of customers, return the one if you found it. Okay, so what should I do here? Now, after I finish the calculation of the total, that's when I check if you are VIP or not inside the for each. Otherwise, this will happen for each product, okay, which is a big problem. You are just accumulating shipping costs on, or giving so many discounts, so many discounts. Eventually, it will be a horrible thing for the website. Okay, now, what should I do? Now, if if the order, or sorry, let's get the customer first. Okay, so customer C equals get customer by ID. Okay, and here we need to send, okay, give me the whole object of this ID inside the order. Okay, this called customer, so it can be. Okay, now if this customer dot type equals to VIP, okay, so they don't pay shipping, that, like whatever the cost is, they don't, and they get a discount. Okay, so the total will equal to total multiplied by 0.8. Okay, that's the new total for customer. Okay, else. Now, if the customer is not VIP, which means the customer is normal.
But why do you don't create another function only for shipping? Because maybe in the future you will
we
need.
Can. Yeah, if you want to remove this code and have a function called calculate shipping or something. Yeah,
yeah, because
of course, like in a real system, it will be like this. Okay, we will see if we can remove it easily. Okay, so if the customer is regular, okay, now if you are regular, now I have two ifs inside. Okay, it's better to have them like detailed, the ifs, and don't put like them in and. So now it will look like logical thinking. Okay, so okay, you are regular. Okay, now I have two cases. If what? If the order or if the total is bigger or equals to 50, then or sorry, smaller than 50, smaller, don't need the equals, then we need to add $10 shipping. Okay, total was total.
Ahmed,
yeah.
You can just make the else if else.
Right? Yeah, well, we can make it else, but what if in the future you added another type of customers?
Okay.
Like regular and, for example, subscriber. So now the else will work on anything other than the VIP, which could be not what you want. Okay, so you won't lose anything by specifying what is the type, but you will save yourself from future, like you will keep debugging, like there's a problem.
Yeah.
Like even when the customer is subscriber, he is getting like this special handling, which you don't. Okay,
Mohammed,
so this, yeah.
Can you run this? Because I wrote this pretty much the exact same, but I'm getting an error with the enum.
Okay, yeah, we'll try to run it. Or we can take a look at what do you have. Okay, so add shipping cost.
I have another question.
Can we? Sorry.
Yeah, Millie, go.
That line else if can we just add on that customer type is customer type regular and total is less than 50?
Yeah. So that's the thing. If this is the only one we have, okay, we can add it here. Now it's the same, okay, but like if you have another if in the future, okay, or even now, it will be easier to make them detailed. But now we can take it and put it here. So like nothing is wrong or correct here. It's just what's more logical to go. So we can have something like that. So if it's regular and the total is less than 50, then the total gets just add shipping cost. Otherwise, you don't add shipping costs, which means you don't need anything. Okay, so it works both ways. Like actually, it's the same speed, same space. So there's really no like, wow, this is way better or way worse. Okay. So we added the shipping cost if you are regular and the total is than 50. Otherwise, we don't add any shipping, and the shipping cost will be free. Now, as Willie said, maybe it's better to have a function called calculate shipping costs, especially if it's more complicated than that. Now, this one is very easy. Okay, so if it's above 50, it's free. Now, shipping could be like, for example, if it's in another country, then add some more money. If it's, during, for example, if you want express shipping, if you want fast shipping. Okay, so of course, it's better to have it as a separate function. But now, like, it doesn't really matter that much unless you really want to use the same shipping code in different places. Then having it in a separate function is not very important. Yeah, Willie, you wanted to ask?
Yes, can I use instead of use double equal, I can use dot equals
Yeah,
for
well,
renew? It's the
yes.
same?
Well, we will talk today about,
Okay.
no, not today actually. Today we'll talk about toString. So in general, when you are comparing just primitives like numbers, it's fine to use equals equals. But when you are talking about objects, if you're saying, okay, if this customer equals to this customer, that's when you need to use equals. And using like two equal signs could be or could result in the wrong thing. So we will learn how to compare reference types and how to override equals. We have a special class just for equals and like the other things in the object class. Okay, but if you are just comparing numbers, okay, integers, is fine to use two equal signs. Okay, if you are comparing strings, it's better to use the equals.
Sorry, I have a question. Can we add a new property in the order about the shipping cost? Because when we create an order, there is a shipping cost. Is that right?
So yeah, so Sule is suggesting like, how about we have the total cost, maybe let's call it original cost, and we have another cost called shipping cost. So now okay, this guy's order costed 50 and the shipping costed 20. Now, for now, we only have the total. We don't really know how much was the shipping and how much was the original. So if you want to have them two properties, yeah, that's also fine. And this is the correct thing in a real system. So like in a real system like Amazon, they want to know how much it was before shipping and after shipping. And they have two costs actually, not total cost like this. Okay. Now, if you guys like, if you are thinking about a real system, of course, it won't look like this. Like you will have hundreds of properties in each class. Like it's so complicated. But now we are just trying to learn like how to navigate between courses, between classes, and how to do algorithms. Okay. But having the shipping costs and original cost in the order is actually a better idea. Okay. Any other question? So notice that like, for example, a minor mistake Roy did is to return inside the if. You don't need to do that. Okay. You can have one return at the end, and like in the middle, just calculate like total either goes up or goes down in a discount. At the end, I will have one return that returns the total. I don't have to return in the middle, because if you have any code here, this code will be lost. If I returned here, see this statement, this one won't be executed. So I will lose like the total cost. It will always be 0 because my code is not reaching this line. It's returning here, for example. So it's better not to return, okay, unless, for example, your function is something like contains. So when you find the item, yeah, you need to return. You don't need to continue. If you are searching for an item but here I'm calculating the total, then maybe I need to save it in the database. I need to do some stuff. I don't want to return and end quickly. Okay, so be careful
Yeah, okay.
of the return. Yeah, so is it clear why we prefer it in this example to be at the end? Because you will lose whatever code you have here. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. Any
Mohammed,
question? Yeah.
don't we have to verify if the order is being shipped or not?
Yeah. Well, that's something you do before you call this function. So this function is just for calculation. Where you like, for example, okay, if the question is
I mean, the order could be made, but be delivered, and you want
yeah,
to.
but this function only calculates. This function doesn't care about delivery or shipping, or this function just calculates. Now imagine the question is, let's see if I have this question. I think I have it. Okay. Yeah, well, I actually have it. Okay. Let's have this one here in another place. So write a function in customer class to cancel an order. So now, like in the customer class, I want to write a function that takes an order and cancel it. Okay. Now, when you want to cancel an order, what should you do? Change the status to cancelled, right? Instead of whatever. But now it's important to see if it's shipped or not. Now you need to check. Like if it's shipped, then I can't cancel it. If the order is shipped, I can cancel it only if the status is created or placed. Once it's shipped, I can't cancel. Okay, or delivered, or like it's returned, then why are you canceling? It's returned. Okay, so that's when you check for the status. But this function only calculations. It doesn't care if this is shipped or not. It calculates. Okay, the cancel function needs to care about it.
I was thinking maybe the shipping cost could be like +10 for regular under $50 purchase, right?
Yep.
Maybe delivery cost could be different. So if the calculation function might want that information, I thought maybe we could verify if it's being shipped, then do this calculation otherwise.
Well, shipping is the same as delivery. It's the same thing.
Is it? Okay.
At least
Oh,
that's what
really?
I know.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, shipping means it's on the way. Delivered, that means they knocked on your door and they give it to you. That means delivered. Okay, or they left it in front and Porsche pirates, they came and they stole it from you. Okay. So we only care about, okay, let's write this one. And that's when we need to make sure, like if you want to cancel an order, you need to make sure it's not shipped. It's like it's in a truck coming to you, right? That means shipping. You can't cancel now. It's too late. You need to return at this point. Okay, so let's write this function. There's also something we need to do. I need you to think about it. When someone cancels an order, what happens as well? What happens to the stock of the product? Like you place an order.
It goes down.
It goes up.
Quantity. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the stock goes up. Like I made an order, I decided I want like 3 iPhones. Then I canceled. So the stock of iPhones should return to normal, right? Return to like +3 because now someone else can come and buy them. Otherwise, they were reserved to me.
I'm sorry, Mohammed, in the customer class?
Well, no, let's keep writing them in website. Otherwise, we need to have um, well, we need to have an object of website inside the customer. Okay, let's write them in website. Of course, it can be both. Yeah, it's just less work. Okay, let's solve it together because we only have 10 minutes left. So here we calculated the order cost. What about now public? So here we can return nothing because we are casting the order, or we can return a boolean like uh, did it get cancelled or not? Okay, like do you remember the add to hash set? It will return a boolean to tell you if the operation went well or not. So we can return a boolean, okay, or void, whatever you want. Okay, cancel order. Okay, of course it needs an order to cancel. Okay, so now if order dot status equals what? Order status dot placed or order dot status equals order status dot created, like anything but shipped. Okay, anything but like it's on its way or it's delivered, then you can't cancel it. Okay, here I will do the work. Okay, like here I will cancel it. Now otherwise, okay, I need to like return a message. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, would it be easier if you just put if it's not shipped instead of if all the different statuses?
No, because maybe it's delivered. It's not shipped. That means it could be delivered, like it's with you.
Okay. Right.
Or it could be returned, like you already returned it. So why are you canceling? Okay, so no, that won't be enough. So here, like return an exception to the user, error message to the front end. Okay, like you need to return something to tell the user that the order can't be cancelled at this point. Okay, for various reasons, because it's shipped, because it's returned, because you already have it for a month. You know, some smart people, they will just like after they return thing, they will go and cancel it and get their money back. Okay, we don't want that. Okay. So if it's placed or created, then okay, start the cancellation process. Which means like return the money if the user already paid, for example, do all the things. And let's do what we can now. So first, order.status will equal to what? Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, is there any, oh, not two equals, just one. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, now, okay, what should we also do here? One thing that we can do, of course, we can't return money here. We don't have any payments code or anything. But what can we do?
That the total cost is 0.
We don't really care about
Okay.
the total cost. Like it's a canceled order. So you want to make it 0, you want to keep it, but it's canceled. So no one will take this money. But there's something that is more important.
We
Add
need to
the
the
quantity,
stock amount.
quantity to the
Yeah,
stock.
so
yeah.
adjust the stock back to the products, right? So for each product in this in this order, I need to go and return the stock back. Okay, so I need to do something like what I did here. Actually, it's the exact same thing. So for each, okay, where are the products of this order? They are in the third class, okay, to break the relation, right? So they are for each order product in, like order products, okay? If what? If this order product dot order ID equals to the one I am canceling, okay, then, oh, that's for me. So what should I do? I need to get the whole product P equals get product by ID. I have the product ID. It's inside this third class. Order product dot product ID. Okay, what should I do with this product? P dot stock should go up, right? By how much?
The quantity ordered.
By the quantity this guy had ordered before and he's canceling. So it should go up by order product dot quantity. And we keep doing this for each product. Okay. Does it make sense? Now that's the problem. Like I can see a few faces, but they are like totally silent. Like, is this okay or not? Like, just do this or this.
Just
Okay.
do the same.
Yeah. So this means good, or like when you do this, like I will know, oh, there's a problem. Okay. So what should we return here? Like it's waiting for a Boolean. So here, like I can return true. That, okay, it's fine. Or else I can return false. Okay. Of course, it can be void. That's fine. But sometimes you need to know if it was canceled or, oh, there's something happened. Just like add to the hash set.
Did you make it a Boolean function to be convenient in telling if the order can be canceled or not?
So the users of this function, okay, they will be able to know like if it went where or not. Okay, I'm just offering extra information. It won't really affect anything, but just, okay, just remember the hashset.add function. So it will add, but it will also tell you true or false, which we used in so many like useful algorithms. Okay. So our systems are starting to look like real systems that handle stuff, that we are like, we have inventory now, we are adjusting the stock. We're doing lots of cool stuff. Okay. And from now on, like most of our work will be like this. We will just learn, for example, how to save it in a real database. Okay. How to organize the layers of our code so it can scale up. Now, this is a small system. So if you have a bug, oh yeah, it's here or there. Now imagine you have 300 or 400 classes. Okay. This style of work won't be good for you. Like soon it will be too big to maintain. So we will learn how to organize it in a better way. And of course, so far we are only working with console applications. So our next step is to create real websites. So that's when you can use your own knowledge in HTML, in JavaScript, in everything related to front end. Okay, let's go for a break. Okay, after that, we have just one new thing to learn, and we will use it in our system as well. Okay, yeah, see you soon.